swear by the Almighty Allah.
I swear by the Almighty Allah.
That the evidence I shall give to this commission.
That the evidence I shall give to this commission.
Shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing.
And nothing.
But the truth.
But the truth.
So help me Allah.
So help me God. Allah, okay. Thank you.
Thank you. You can wait for further instructions.
Can you give your full name? Can you give your full names to the commission?
Can you give your full name to the commission?
Oh, my full names are Omar A. Khan.
What does the A stand for?
Abu.
Where do you live, Mr. Khan?
I live in Kodu South.
What work do you do at the moment?
What was?
What work do you do at the moment?
At the moment, no, I'm a private gentleman.
You're retired? You're retired?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like to sit down, Mr. Khan?
Thank you.
Mr. Khan, you've been required to appear with regard to the sum of 600,000 you received in 2014 from the Central Bank Carnegie account. Could you tell us what this is all about?
Well, we were called to State House, and we were told we were going to be given $600,000 to buy bulls to sell for the month of Ramadan.
Did you say you went to State House?
Sorry?
What did you say? You said you were called at the State House?
State House, and informed that we were going to be given $600,000 to buy bulls for sale for the month of Ramadan.
Who called you?
Well, it was Noah and Sanajayu.
By Noah, you mean Noah Ture?
Noah Ture, yes, Noah Ture and Sanajayu.
Why would they call you to buy bulls for Ramadan? Did you have any foreknowledge of the matter?
No, they said they had instructions from the former president to call the governors and give them this money to buy meat and sell it out to the people for the month of Ramadan.
Did the governors make a request for money for the month of Ramadan?
We never did. We never did. They just called us and gave it to us.
And what was the purpose of calling you and selling bulls for the month of Ramadan?
Well, maybe they wanted to help the poor people during the month of Ramadan to get meat. That's my assumption anyway. I don't really know the reason. They didn't tell us any reason.
Did they explain to you what you were supposed to do with the bulls when you were called to receive the money?
Yeah, that we should buy the bulls, sell them, and bring back, come what may, $500,000 and pay to the central bank.
That you should bring back 500,000?
Yes, ma'am.
I see. Was that the first time you were being called to receive money?
Sorry?
Was that the first time you were being called to receive money?
Yes, that was the first time.
Was that the last time?
That was the last time, yes, ma'am.
That was the only occasion you were asked to sell bulls for the month of Ramadan?
Yes, ma'am.
We noticed that 500,000 was deposited by you into the same account. Is that the 500,000 you're talking about?
That's correct. That's correct.
Now, can you tell us how you set about selling bulls to people in your region, I presume, for the month of Ramadan?
5 bulls were bought and sold.
How many bulls?
5 bulls. 5 bulls.
5?
5, yes.
Okay.
2 of them at $25,000 each. 1 of them at $20,000, and the other 2 at $15,000. And they were sold at a very cheap price. $90 is for meat and bone, and $100 for steak.
Mr. Khan, you received 600,000. 5 bulls you accounted for is not up to 600,000.
Well, because we lost. 100,000 we lost. When we bought these bulls, we sold them at a loss.
No, sorry, let me just. You said you bought 5.
I paid in 500,000.
Sorry, you spent 500,000.
No.
Let me understand what you're saying. You said you bought 5 bulls.
Yeah, $100,000 is.
Okay.
Yes.
And then the other 500,000?
I instructed my accountant to pay to the central bank.
Okay, so you didn't spend the whole 600,000?
No. Because if you had continued the rate and it was going, we are going to find ourselves in trouble, because we will not be able to pay back in any money to the central bank. So we stopped at the 100,000 and then we paid back this 500,000. Those were the instructions actually from NUA and Sanajaju.
Can you repeat the instructions?
The instructions were, you are going to be given 600,000, you buy bulls, sell them, and make sure that at the end of the exercise you pay back $500,000.
I see. But what I understand that to be saying is that you buy bulls up to the amount of 600,000,
yes,
sell them, and then bring back 500,000 out of what you realized from selling the bulls. But what you're saying is that you decided to buy only 100,000 worth of bulls and then return the 500,000.
Yeah, you're right. But I mean, if you had to go by the sale price, if you had spent only 600,000, you would not have been able to pay back 500,000.
I see. Now, if you did buy or spend 100,000, return 500,000, so what happened to the money realized from the 100,000?
That was not realized. We lost. That was not realized because the price was very cheap. So the market price at the time was 140 per kilo meat and bone and 150, and they instructed us to sell at 90 and 100. So there was no way we could have broken even.
So how much did you sell the 100,000 worth of bulls for, in total?
The price?
Yes, you said you bought 5 bulls,
yes,
sold them at $90 per kilo.
Yes, meat
yes,
and bone and $100 for steak.
So how much did you realize?
Nothing. We lost.
No, what? All right, I understand, but how much did you realize from the capital? You know, you used 100,000 capital, bought bulls. Even if you sold them at $1, you still realized some money. So that's what I'm trying to find out. How much did you realize from the 100,000?
Nothing.
That is not possible.
Well, that's what they told us. Those who are selling the animals came back and said, we have lost. I was not selling. I was not selling.
Unless you donated the meat.
No.
You did not donate the meat. You sold it at $90 per kilo. Yes. This is simple arithmetic. If you had $100,000, you bought 5 bulls, you sell them at $90 per kilo, you still made money. Whether you sold them at a loss, you sold the meat at a loss or not, you still made money. I'm just trying to find out from you what money you made.
I cannot remember making anything really.
I can understand you saying I made a loss on the $100,000 and I realized $90,000, for example, but you cannot say you realized nothing. But anyway, Mr. Khan, when you were called to receive money to purchase bulls, you are a very experienced governor.
Yes.
Maybe I should have asked you how long you worked for this public service first. Can you give us a rundown on your career?
Well, I've worked for the public service for 51 years.
51 years?
Yes, I started work.
Which year did you start work in the public service?
1966.
And your last position was as, what was your last position?
Governor of Central River.
Governor of Central River Region.
Yes, ma'am.
How many years have you spent in total as governor?
As governor, 21 years.
21 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And how many regions have you served in, formerly known as divisions?
How many?
Regions have you served in? Regions in the country?
Oh, I've served in 2 regions, that's URR and LRR. CRR and URR.
Now, this of course suggests really a wealth of experience in public service.
That's
Do you think it was part of your role as governor to be selling meat?
No, that was why we were surprised. We were surprised. We were really worried. If we are asked to go and sell meat, and that has never been part of our terms of reference, we got worried really. I guess maybe he wanted to put us in problems because if we had continued selling, we would have lost, and the end result would have been anybody's guess really.
The end result would have been?
Would have been anybody's guess.
What do you mean by that?
Well, he can order for arrest. Not with him.
Did you tell the office of the president that you did not think this was proper, that you should be asked to sell meat?
Well, we dared not at that point in time. No, we didn't tell them.
What did you say? You dared not.
Because you know
Why?
You know the kind of man he is. He will just punish us unnecessarily.
You expected to be punished?
Oh yes.
Is there anything in your career that would lead you to suggest that should you tell the office of the president that this is not something that is within your terms of reference, you would suffer some sort of punishment?
Well, it's not there, but for him, he didn't give a damn about public service regulations, the PSC, or anything else. No, it's not there really. It's not our responsibility as governors to sell meat.
But why did you think if you said, I cannot do it, you would suffer punishment?
Well, we know the kind of man he is. He will suffer as a family man. There are certain sufferings. If I want to undergo those sufferings with my family, it's going to be catastrophic, really.
The Commission would want to understand. As you know, Mr. Khan, I'm sure you have seen our terms of reference, and this Commission has to investigate all expenses from public funds to make it quite simple.
Yes.
And 600,000 given to governors. They brought back 500,000, which we have seen there's 100,000 outstanding. Now we need to be able to understand why governors would be selling meat in the first place. You had a whole office. There are other, you had a whole machinery that was party machinery, I presume, APRC machinery throughout the country. So you had an infrastructure that could sell meat. I mean, and why would governors agree to sell meat? Did you write? Did any of the governors advise the Secretary General that this was not appropriate?
To sell meat?
Yes. Even if you can't tell the President, did you talk to the Secretary General? Did you talk to your line ministry to say that you did not think this was appropriate and there could be an alternative channel if the President wanted to help the poor, rather than use the governor's office in that way? Did any of you write? That's what I want to understand.
No, we didn't. Really.
You did not. Mr. Khan, we would like you really to give us a breakdown of the 100,000. Maybe where you're sitting, you are unable to do so, but we would like you to account for the 100,000 that was paid to you.
No, it was not.
Do you understand that?
It was not paid to any account because it was sold to the public. The 5 bulls were bought and sold to the public on the spot. So there was no account to which these proceeds were paid really.
For a man of your experience, I'm sure you would appreciate that if you are given government funds, and it was clear you were being given government funds because it was paid from the central bank, if you are given government funds, you should expect that you would be required to account for government funds. So I don't think it would be acceptable where I'm sitting that you don't have an account. So I'm suggesting that it would be in your interest to submit an account of the 100,000. Another issue that I would like to ask you is in relation to the distribution of tractors.
Huh?
Tractors.
What kind of tractors?
Tractors that are used for farming.
The green tractors?
It doesn't matter what tractors. I'll just ask you the questions.
No.
During the tenure as governor, did you participate in the distribution of tractors in your region?
Tractors, no.
There were some Mahindra tractors, 500 Mahindra tractors, that were donated by the government of India. Did you at any time as governor of your region, were you required to distribute any tractors in your region?
Well, I know tractors were given to the women councillors, and all governors were also given tractors, and the chiefs, that's it.
Okay. We would like you to give us a list of people who were given tractors during your tenure as governor in whether CRR or URR. There are two types of tractors that we are tracking. One is the Mahindra tractors from the government of India, and the other is the John Deere tractors that were purchased by the Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation.
Okay, the John Deere tractors, I don't know anything about those ones.
Sorry?
The John Deere tractors, I don't know anything about those ones. I was
the
never
Mahindra
involved,
ones, you don't know anything
I was
about.
never involved in their distribution.
Okay.
But for the Mahindra, URR, I was in URR at the time. I was given a tractor. Sefo Muhammad Kurbali was given a tractor. Sefo Njunba was given a tractor. Sefo Bacho Sise was given a tractor. Sefo Ibrahim Sorijuara was given a tractor.
Could you slow down so that we have their full names? Could you start again? You said you were given a tractor.
I was given a tractor.
And
Sefo Muhammad Kurbali was given a tractor.
Sefo Muhammad Kurbali of which district?
Yes, tractor.
Which district is Muhammad Kurbali?
Upper Flood West.
Okay. Yes, Muhammad Kurbali, Upper Flood West.
Yes,
well.
then Bacho Sise of Kantora.
Okay. You had named 5, sorry. I hope I did not distract you. Go through the 5 again.
No, we had 5 districts? No.
You had said the governor yourself, Seho Muhammad Kurbali.
Bacho Sise, Kantora.
Abdu.
Bacho
Bacho
Sise. Sefo Ibrahim Juara, Woolley East. Late Sefo of Woolley West, something, Jaite, Woolley West. Junba of Sandu.
Well, if you can't remember all,
And the Sefo of Tumanna.
Tumanna.
Yes.
How many districts do you have?
At the time when I was
Yes.
there, there were 6 districts.
There were 6.
Yes.
Did each Sefo get a tractor?
Sorry?
Did each of the districts get a tractor?
Yes. All the chiefs had a tractor, yes.
All the chiefs?
All the chiefs had tractors, yes, at the time.
Sorry, the chiefs and the?
Chiefs and the Women Bureau councillors. The women group,
And
they were given 21 tractors, the women. Of
The
region
women
of
got 21 tractors.
21 tractors. The women of the region were 21 tractors, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you had 6, including and yourself, that's 7, and
Yes.
21 to the women.
For the women, yes, ma'am.
That's all.
Yeah, that's what I can remember, really.
On what basis were you given the tractors?
They said it was for
Was it
farming.
just open gifts or what?
But there were gifts, actually. There were gifts.
Was there any condition attached to the gifts?
There were no conditions. They should use them for farming purposes.
Okay. But you're saying every district chief got a tractor?
Yes, ma'am.
And the 21 councillors?
Yes,
and
ma'am.
these are the Mahindra tractors?
Yes, ma'am.
What about the John Deere tractors?
Those ones, I don't know anything about those ones. Because I had already left URR. When they came, I was not in the service. They called me back in May when the tractors had already been distributed to the Directorates of Agriculture. And maybe Major Balde should be in a position to tell the commission, because he was handling those tractors, Major Balde, and now Lieutenant Colonel Balde.
Sorry, Major Balde.
Major Balde, and now
Major.
And now he's Lieutenant Colonel C.D. Balde. He was responsible for those tractors at the Faros.
What about cars?
Sorry?
Vehicles other than tractors?
Vehicles,
Yes,
apart from the APRC vehicles,
including the APRC vehicles.
No,
How
there-
many APRC vehicles were distributed?
two APRC pickups in CRR, two APRC pickups.
During the period you were there?
Yes, ma'am.
Saloon cars?
Saloon cars was only the governor's vehicle and a utility car for the governor.
I'm not talking about government allocated vehicles, vehicles that were given outside of your regular assigned vehicles.
No, I don't.
Only these two vehicles were given to APRC.
Two APRC pickups, yes.
What is the source of the two APRC pickups?
That's all?
What is the source? The APRC pickups, where did they come from?
Again, it came from the party.
But what had you to do with APRC pickups?
Well, they were just left there in the office for use by APRC officials.
It was allocated to you for APRC?
No, it was not. It was allocated to the APRC party, maybe to the country chairman and the regional chairman. But it was parked at my office.
Okay. The vehicles were sent to you to give to them, or what was your involvement with these vehicles?
Well, it's allocated to them when they need them to go out on their political activities.
Who sent them there?
Well, the party. I found them there, but the party sent them there. The APRC party. I found them there.
Okay. All right, Mr. Khan. We will expect from you, if you wish, that is, an account of the 100,000 out of the 600,000 that was paid from the Kanaji, actually was paid from the Kanaji mining account.
Yes.
As you would have noted from the payment that you signed. And if you can provide an account of the 100,000.
I have the receipt for the 500,000 as a payment.
Thank you. Can you collect the
I have
receipt?
it here.
Maybe the commissioners might have questions for you, Mr. Khan. Okay, thank you. I'm applying to have admitted the pay-in slip, central bank pay-in slip for the sum of 500,000 paid in by Mr. Omar Akan.
Get it? Can you get it? Yes, paying in slip, yes.
pay-in slip into Carnegie mining account number 110 2641 at Central Bank, Gambia, by Governor Omar A. Khan. Central River Region, dated 11th August 2014, for the sum of $500,000. Admitted, Mark MS 47.
Governor, one quick question.
Yes, sir.
When you were receiving the money for the proposal to sell bulls, it was with the full knowledge this is not your area of expertise, but you are also dealing with people fairly junior in the civil service, protocol officer, secretary to cabinet. What was the issue about respectfully rejecting the proposal on the basis that it's not your area and you would make a loss right from the beginning? This is now feedback you are giving to people you are facing.
Yeah, if it were under normal circumstances, yes, I would have been able to advise. Good. But the kind of man we were dealing with, it is very difficult to give any advice. He will use that against you and deal with you. On normal circumstances, I would have advised, yes.
So there was certainty that whatever feedback you gave will be escalated to him by the people you are facing.
Yes.
You were sure?
So what?
Were you sure that whatever feedback you gave to the people you were facing when you were receiving the money would be escalated to the office of the president? Do you understand my question?
No, I don't.
Okay. When you were receiving the money, you were facing officials who were not the president.
You are not the president, yes.
Yes, you were facing two fairly middle or junior officers,
yes, ma'am.
In
yes,
the administration, protocol officer and secretary to cabinet.
Yes, sir.
And yet you had reservations, respectfully declining the offer on the basis that it's not your expertise and you would make money, you will lose money right from the beginning.
Yeah,
what was the reservation? Was it,
yes.
Was it certainty? Was there certainty that whatever comments you made would be escalated?
Oh, to them?
Yes.
Oh, yes, oh, yes.
There was no doubt?
There was no doubt about that.
Okay.
There was no doubt.
Okay. And at the point you decided to cut your losses after buying 5 bulls by depositing 500,000,
yes, sir.
Was there also the option of spending the whole amount and then going back to him and saying, this is what I have collected? You didn't have that option.
If we do that, we would have ordered for my arrest. I know the kind of man we are dealing with. You say, I asked you to do this, why didn't you do it?
But he only wanted 500,000.
Only wanted 500,000.
It didn't matter whether you bought 5 bulls or 50 bulls.
Only wanted 500,000. And we give him back 500,000.
That's clear.
Very well, Mr. Khan. You may leave.
Thank you very much.
I call Mr. Omar Somposise, former regional governor.
I swear by the Almighty Allah
I swear by the Almighty Allah
that the evidence I shall give to this commission
that the evidence I shall give to this commission
shall be the truth,
shall be the truth,
the whole truth,
and
nothing
nothing
but the truth.
but the truth.
So help me Allah.
So help me Allah.
You can wait for further instructions.
Thank you.
Can you give your full names to the commission?
My full name is Omar Sompo Sise.
Where do you live?
I live in Basse Mansajankunda.
What work are you doing at the moment, Mr. Sisi?
Farming.
You were the governor, you were a regional governor.
Inshallah, yes,
Okay.
from 2013 to 2017.
Would you like to sit down, Mr. Sisi? Would you like to sit down?
No, I can stand, ma.
I suggest you sit down because of the mic. Your distance from the mic to you,
Thank you.
from yourself, yes. Thank you.
Mr. Sise, which region were you governing?
The Upper River region,
URR.
URR.
Thank you.
You said you were governor for which period, 2013 to?
2013, November 2013 to February 2017.
Before that, what were you doing?
Before that, I was the chairperson of Basse Area Council.
You were chairperson
The
of
elected chairperson of Basse Area Council.
Basse Area Council
Basse
Chair.
Area Council, yeah.
How long have you been in the public service? How long did you serve in the public service?
No, I was working for a private company, the Gambia Cotton Company, all of my life, from graduation from school. I went as an extension worker and grown up to the credit and production manager. Before I went into politics.
What is the company called?
The Gambia Cotton Company.
Gambia Cotton.
Cotton Company, GAMCOT.
So how long were you chairperson of the area council and you are in Basse?
For six years.
So in 2013 you became regional governor.
Regional governor,
And
yes.
that was your first public service position.
First public service commission.
Mr. Sise, in 2014, July, you received 600,000 from the Carnegie mining account at the central bank. Is that correct?
Yes, ma, I received $600,000, but actually I don't know which account the money came from. I was just called over the counter and I was given $600,000.
You were called to the central bank
Yes,
and given 600,000.
$600,000.
You did sign a document.
Yes, I did, ma.
You signed, what did you sign, a voucher?
A paying slip, sir.
A paying slip.
Yes.
You didn't notice that it said Carnegie mining account. You didn't notice
no,
that
I
it
didn't.
said Carnegie mining account.
I didn't, ma.
What was the purpose for which you were given the 600,000?
We were giving it to buy bulls to support the poor people in the Upper River region in the Ramadan, during the Ramadan days.
Was that your idea? Was
That's
it
what
your idea?
That's what we were told to do, ma.
My question is, was it your idea that...
No, it was not. It was not my idea. We were asked,
You keep on saying we. What do you
all
mean
the
by...
governors.
Okay. I suggest you just speak for yourself while
Thank
you're
you.
giving evidence.
Thank you, ma.
Who asked you to go and collect this money?
The secretary, then Mr. Toure communicated that to us, that we are supposed to go to the bank and collect $600,000 for us to buy bulls for the people, the poor people of the region.
Before that, this issue had not been discussed with you by anyone.
The pronouncement was made at a gathering where we came to receive sugar for Ramadan.
Okay. Who made the pronouncement?
Noah made that pronouncement to us.
Sorry?
Noah Toure made that pronouncement to us
At a gathering?
at the gathering at the State House ground.
Okay. Who was at the gathering?
I was at the gathering, and a lot of people were in the gathering too.
The other governors also were there?
Yes, ma.
And Nuha came to speak to you?
He came to speak to all of us because we normally sit at the same room.
Who was giving out the sugar?
His Excellency, President Jammeh.
So he was at the gathering?
He was, ma.
But he did not make the pronouncement. It was Nuha who made the pronouncement.
Yes, it was Noah who came to us and made the pronouncement.
Okay. I see. Now, what were the conditions for this 600,000 to be spent on bulls for sale during Ramadan? Were any conditions attached?
Yes, ma. The conditions were we should sell it at a cheaper and affordable rate for the poor people. Yes, and we were asked to pay back $500,000 at the end of Ramadan, which we did.
And what were to do with the 100,000, the whatever money that was generated from the sale of the bulls? What were you to do with it?
It was to compensate the losses because, you know, if you reduce the price for the ordinary Gambian, so you would run at a loss. So that was the 100,000 went on losses.
So you bought bulls?
We bought bulls.
So tell us about what you did with the money.
When we received the money,
I'm talking about you. What did you do with the money?
When I received the money, we bought bulls, and we were selling it to different outlets at a cheaper price. So at the end of Ramadan, we took the 500,000 back to the central bank.
So you sold and you got exactly 500,000 back?
Yes, we took 500,000 back to the central bank as we were.
I know you took 500,000 back. There is a payment that you made for 500,000, which shows on the accounts. I just want to know that when you sold, you made exactly 500,000.
500 ma.
Mr. Sise, did you see this as part of your responsibilities as governor of your region?
As
to be selling meat?
Can you repeat your question?
Did you see this as part of your duties as governor of your region, that is to be selling meat?
No, we were not selling meat actually, but we gave it to certain outlets for them to do it on their own. We were just supervising. I was just supervising.
You were supervising?
Yes.
What does that entail, this supervision? We went round to the outlets to check that they were selling the meat?
Yes, we went to certain outlets that were very near to me. I went to them to see actually whether the intention is being met.
Did you see this as part of your responsibility as governor?
Yes, as an assignment given to me by the Office of the President. As we are directly answerable to the Office of the President, so any assignment that comes to us, I feel it necessary for me to do it.
Are you aware of the Local Government Act?
Yeah, I am, ma.
And you are aware of the contents of the Local Government Act?
Yes, ma.
Is there anything in the Act which says the Office of the President can give you assignments like the one you have just described?